Can you repeat the statement?
You can't, we can't, because you are looking at your phone and you are reading something on your phone. So naturally you will miss many of the things that I say. So we're going to have to make a decision how we run this. You are either with the commission and you are testifying before the commission, or you'd like some time to attend to your phone, which
I'm
is
trying
going
to
to
get
be.
information from my phone.
No,
Officials. So for me, this kind of practice gave me sleepless nights. And I feel that with the program that I created, at least it alleviated some pressure from these women. But there are those who are actually part of the whole thing, whom he called angels or amangelos. I also record concerns relating to...
Just to make sure I understand the point you are making here, are you saying that he had sexual relations with Amangelos or the angels, and that as a result, the angels would then be promoted?
Exactly.
Oh, okay. Or would be favored for promotion?
Exactly.
Can I ask a follow-up question? Doctor, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Are you stating that as a fact, or it's a rumor that you heard? I'm sure you were watching news in the last few weeks. You would have heard about a term called mabaribari. Mabaribari.
It's not a mabarabara. I've been in the system. I know about these things.
But I'm saying, are you stating it as a fact or as something that you heard?
It's something that I heard, but he will answer and they will come, and if they're called, they can come and testify, those that have been abused. Classical example is about a witness that chief has been suspended for sexual harassment as well as rape. If that is a classical example, she'll come and confirm, but she requested that she wants to come and be interviewed by the commission, but outside camera. She doesn't want to be in camera because of her children and so forth. But she has prepared her file, and I think she has also written to be interviewed by the panel to indicate her treatment under the chief of police. So I will also talk to it when I address the issue of his suspension, how it happened. The letters from the doctors, I've attached them from her doctors, and the letters from the attorneys that represents her. So it is important to know that some of these things, they are not just said in a vacuum or under Mabaribari. It is confirmed by a case that is being opened against him, the case of rape, and also there is a protection order against him. And for him to come here and behave as if he's a victim while he's a perpetrator of women abuse, it's a shame, to be honest.
Dr. Mashazi, you speak in paragraph 50 and in your explanation of a wide-scale program.
I want to talk to this one. This one, chief of police being chief of police.
Can I just ask you my question? And then you can speak to what you want to speak to. I started to ask you a question, please. My question is, you speak of a pervasive problem, and in the plural, you say angels and suggesting improper relationships. Is there a particular reason that you mention only Lieutenant Colonel Tipa, who testified in her testimony, spoke about you or your office at least? You are not mentioning anyone else as part of the crowd of people that you say the chief had improper relationships with.
I want to focus my discussions and my evidence in terms of people who have been here and people who actually made allegations. Tepa, she was one of my protectors at some point, introduced by chief, part of my team of protection. I had 8 males protecting me, and chief withdrew one and introduced Tepa. And these other males were saying, but Mama, your office and your safety is actually questionable. Why do you allow Chief to bring this one? She's not going to help us. We need to be combat ready to protect you. Then I asked Chief, what is the reason of you? No, she's good. She's one of my angels. That is how he explained. He's one of his angels. And in terms of, if you go to Ekureni, they will tell you about Amangelosi, what Amangelosi means or angels means in terms of Chief's definition. So she is part of the angels here, of
Is
Chief's
it,
angels.
yes, you've said that. You've said she's one of the angels. My question to you is, she's testified against you. She's said unflattering things about you. You are not mentioning anyone else by name of those angels. And what are we to make of it? That you speak specifically to someone who's testified against you, and I think you have just said now that, she comes here to pretend she's an angel, when in fact she's part of a network of people that are being abused by the chief. It may well be that is so, and I'm not saying that's not so because I don't know any better. It may well be. I'm asking the simple question that you mention her specifically, where you speak in the plural about angels. You're not mentioning anyone else. Is there a particular reason that you mention her and she happens to be someone who testified against you?
Thank you for the question. I'm not mentioning her because she was part of the people who made allegations about me, but I'm speaking about her and confirm because her name is already here, and Chief has actually introduced her to me as one of his angels. That is the reason why I'm mentioning her alone.
Okay. Can I just follow up on that? You also, on my question at least, you say at 50.1, you say it has been widely reported to me that Chief fathered children with subordinates. And in your oral evidence, you say you came to know that there was a problem in the MPD where you're not suggesting Chief is the only one. Chief Mapie was the only one that is guilty of those kind of complaints. You're not suggesting that.
Correct.
Okay, but you're mentioning only him.
I'm mentioning Chief because there's a case about sexual harassment
Yes.
and also rape.
Yes. You do
I
discuss
can't mention
that.
others because there was never a case that was brought to my attention about rape or sexual harassment. And I could not, as I indicated when I started that, I could not charge anyone about the practice in EMPD. Instead, as a female accounting officer, I decided to create a program to empower these women.
Okay. Maybe lastly, let me ask, you are the municipal manager at the time.
Yes.
In fact, before that, you were the chief operating officer.
Exactly.
And then you become the municipal manager. In one of those two roles, you become aware that there are problems in EMPD, but you do no investigation. You don't appoint, you have the power to appoint. You don't appoint anyone to look into these serious allegations. You carry on until there's an allegation of the person that you discuss later on. There's a formal complaint, but the rest of the time, you carry on without taking any action to look into these serious allegations that you should be addressing. I expect that the municipal manager takes it seriously enough, that if you get this pervasive or this suggestion that it's a systemic problem in the EMPD, a responsible municipal manager would take action to investigate it further, and you don't seem to have done that.
Thank you very much. As I indicated at the beginning of my statement, when I said it was a general comment from a group of women, and there was no one with a formal complaint. Remember, you can't just investigate without a formal complaint, without anyone signing an affidavit or writing a grievance to you. You can't just, you're going to investigate everyone. What I reasonably did as an accounting officer, as a city manager, I had to create a program to deal with the systemic issue. I cannot just investigate people and say, yeah, there is this allegation that you guys, you are abusing these women, they are not promoted and so forth. I did a reasonable thing as an accounting officer to create that platform for women to be promoted and empowered.
Thank you.
Thank you, commissioners. Dr. Mashazi, if I may. Yes, Chair.
Just before that, it's a follow-up to the questions by my co-commissioner, Commissioner Baloyi. You say it has been widely reported to you. When exactly did you get the reports?
It was, as I indicated, that it was a verbal, when I started as an accounting officer. These things were reported to me by this group of female officers that the chief is fathering.
Please remind me, when did you become the city manager? I know it's here, but.
Yeah.
2016.
Yes.
So in 2016, you hear that Chief Mapie is not only having improper sexual relationships with women police officers.
It's personal, as against him personally. Now, for the record, this commission is not out to impugn anyone's name or to judge anyone's sense of morality. And I would like to believe that neither do you approach this commission with that kind of thinking. Accepting that you do not intend to unnecessarily impugn his name, I then want to unpack 50.1. You say, it has been widely reported to me that Chief Mapie fathered multiple children with subordinates who were vulnerable to his abuse of power. Firstly, you, in response to a question by Commissioner Kumalo, you said it's not mabaribari. It can be substantiated, it's factual. My question to you is, do you know the identities of those juniors with whom Mr. Mapie fathered children? Do you know that as a fact, or do you accept because it was communicated to you?
Unfortunately, I cannot mention the names of people here, but I know few of them.
Also,
two of them.
You
I
can
cannot-
establish that fact.
Yes, yes.
And you may do so through your statement, if so, your supplementary statement, if so
Exactly,
required.
exactly.
And how many children are we talking about?
I'm not sure about the number.
No.
The number here is, let's just read my statement.
I'm at 50.1, your page 8.
Yeah, it said
You say fathers multiple children. with
multiple
somebody.
children.
Yes.
I never indicated the number. I'm not sure about the number.
At that time it was communicated to you, how many women specifically confirmed this situation? How many?
I
To
do
your
not
recollection?
recall the number.
Was it 2 or 10 or 20?
I do not recall the number.
That bad, doctor?
Thank you.
I'm asking, it's a question, is it that bad that you can't recall whether it's 2 or 10 or 20?
Remember, ma'am, I'm running 26 departments, and each and every department we have, in police only, we have more than 3,005 officials.
Accept
How
that.
do I remember all these things? I don't remember. I don't recall.
It
And
is.
obviously, I cannot be forced to say a number that I don't know.
I appreciate
And I don't want to lie to the commission, to be honest.
Indeed. I pressed for that because you are not talking about a particular pattern where seniors father children with subordinates. You are speaking of specifically one person. And you have just indicated to the commission that you can give detail regarding those cases in your supplementary. That would mean you refer to specific people who confirmed to you as a matter of fact that it happened to them. But you say you don't remember whether it was 2, 10, or 20. I am more concerned about the second part of that allegation, where this fathering of multiple children is through conduct amounting to sexual harassment, coercion, and rape. So, do I understand you correctly that some of those children were fathered following a rape by Chief Mapie? Is that your statement to the commission?
Can you repeat your statement?
You can't, we can't because you are looking at your phone and you are reading something on your phone. So naturally you will miss many of the things that I say. So we're going to have to make a a decision how we run this. You are either with the commission and you are testifying before the commission, or you'd like some time to attend to your phone,
I'm
which is
trying
going
to
to
get
be.
information from my phone.
No, if you
And
need
I'm-
time to get information, kindly address yourself to the commission and request the time, and the time shall be given to you. But when a question is posed to you and you distract yourself by attending to your phone, I'm sure you'll accept that it won't particularly work.
Yeah,
Thank you.
it's incorrect, and I apologize for that.
What is incorrect?
For me to be attending to my phone
Okay.
while the
No, sir.
session is on.
Apology accepted. The question was, the last part of that particular paragraph suggests that Chief Mapieye fathered some, I take,
I like. And lonely voices like ours, we do not get any support from anything.
now,
Just a moment. Dr. Mashazi,
Chair.
just so that I don't understand you. What is the purpose of this section of your statement?
The purpose
I'm
is,
trying to make sense of it because you have been invited to this commission to respond to allegations made against the Ekurhuleni Metro and EMPD and the extent to which you played a role in all those things. And then there is this section in your statement, and I'm not criticizing you. It is your statement. For my benefit, I'm just trying to understand. Is the purpose of this section to say that we must not believe the people who gave evidence here because they are also bad people, they have done the things you have mentioned in the statement? I'm trying to understand what the purpose of this section of the affidavit is and what we as the commission should do with it. So if you can just assist me there, and it's not a criticism, it's just so that I understand why we are dealing with the things that are mentioned in this specific section.
the purpose obviously is to highlight the behavior of the chief of police. He came here as a victim. And I don't know whether he disclosed, because I was not listening to the commission, he disclosed that he was suspended for sexual harassment. I don't know if he disclosed that. So it's to bring to the attention of the commission that in as much as he is suspended or he appeared here and he made allegation, for me, he's an aggrieved person. He's an aggrieved person. And that's why I'm making the statement that an aggrieved person would say anything to tarnish one's reputation or legacy. That is the purpose of the paragraph.
Thank you. Now I understand.
yes, Commission.
Yeah. I mean, on the back of that answer where you say you're telling us all of this to show us he's an aggrieved person, but your evidence is nothing was done to him from these things that you list. He got away with it. He used your words, he used law enforcement, and he's got counsel protecting him. So according to your evidence or your testimony, he suffered no consequence for the list of things that you are giving, except the suspension in 2024, and we'll come to that. But you've listed a number of things where you say there was no consequence. So how are these evidence or proof of grievance, these things that you're listing in paragraph 50, how can they serve that purpose if there was no consequence to him?
I think we discussed the issue of consequence management from my side, and I've explained that my hands are tight or were tight because I've been blocked through and through to deal with him. The process of dealing with senior managers, it is in the Systems Act. Senior Manager Systems Act, I think is Section 56 of the Municipal Systems Act, where you are required to get an investigation report or an allegation first. And I write the report to the Municipal Council with all the attachment.
Allegedly, allegedly, oh, allegedly, my people, my people, my people.